Hi, my name is Ben. I am a University of New England student currently enrolled in Psych 308 Sport and Exercise Psychology, and I'm here today to discuss the effects of physical exercise on well being, particularly anxiety and depression. In addition, I will also be discussing scenarios in my life of exercise and how that's affected my physical and psychological well being and how that can be applied into your own life. Physical exercise in particular is beneficial in aiding support for your overall health, which include mood, weight loss, muscle, bones, energy, skin, brain, memory, sleep, and specifically your mental health, such as anxiety and depression. This particular topic is interesting to me as I have experienced some form of depression and anxiety. You don't have to have major depression or a severe case of anxiety for physical exercise to assist you. You can have any variation of depression or anxiety, which can be assisted with physical exercise. You don't even have to go to gym. For me, walking around the block helps me significantly decrease my symptoms of depression, anxiety. So, what is depression? The term depression is commonly used to outline an unpleasant mood state, an ailment which incorporates a variety of symptoms or long-term illness. The main symptoms of depression include being in a depressive state, reduced capability to experience enjoyment from environmental stimuli, annoyance, issues in concentration, and abnormalities in appetite and sleep. Depression is met when an individual demonstrates at least five psychological symptoms throughout the same 2 week period, with at least one symptom being in a depressed state or loss of concern. So, what is anxiety? Anxiety is a negative emotional state accompanied with nervousness, concern, and hesitation, and is linked with activation or stimulation of the body. And what do I mean when I mention physical exercise? Physical exercise is outlined as any physical movement produced by skeletal muscles that result in energy flow. Surely, studies have shown that the positive effects of exercise change based on the limitations of exercise, such as power, time, and the type of exercise. Exercise that is accomplished at a high power consumption period are applicable in reducing depressive symptoms. So, to make things easier and simpler to understand, I'm going to discuss three predominant forms of exercise which help with anxiety and depression. There are three forms of exercise which include aerobic exercise, for example, walking, running, in which oxygen is metabolized to generate energy. Anaerobic exercise, such as weightlifting, in which energy is offered without the usage of oxygen. And stretching and flexibility exercises, for example, yoga, in which elongating that is intended to enhance a variety of movement. Both aerobic, and anaerobic exercises are linked with reductions in depression. So let's start with aerobic exercise. So, what is aerobic exercise? Aerobic exercise includes physical involvement involved for long periods of time with a trained outlined to increase the effectiveness of oxygen transport system. Examples of aerobic exercise comprise of biking, running, swimming, and walking. So it's predominantly cardio. Aerobic activities is personally my favorite method of physical activity. So it's something that all of us do as human beings. You don't even have to go to the gym to complete aerobic exercise. Simply just walking is considered an aerobic activity. For me, I go to the gym 3 times a week. I do 20 minutes of the cross trainer, 10 minutes on the bike, and 10 minutes on the treadmill, and then 10 minutes on the upper body ergometer machine. By consistently completing this regimen for the past few years, it has really helped with my anxiety and depressive symptoms and has prevented my symptoms from occurring again. As mentioned before, you don't have to go to a gym to participate in aerobic activity. Simply walking around the block is hugely beneficial in helping your anxiety and depression. I know for me, especially if I'm sitting all day at home studying, I'll try to walk as much as possible around the house. Even walking up and down the stairs is hugely beneficial. So this can be easily implemented in your life, whether you want to go to the gym or not. Aerobic exercise can generate anxiety reduction similar to a range to those generated by frequently used anxiety therapies. Aerobic exercise such as walking, jogging, swimming, and biking can have been shown to reduce anxiety and depression. In fact, by simply running on a treadmill for lower speeds results in reduced anxiety and depressive symptoms. This can also happen if your running speed is increased. So next is anaerobic exercise, which is the extreme physical endurance of short length powered through oxygen sources within the tightening muscles and independent the use of oxygen as a power source. Types of anaerobic exercise comprise of weightlifting, carrying strong weights, high pace runs such as the 100-meter run. In fact, exercises which include weight or strength training and other non aerobic exercises have generated beneficial effects on mental well being. In fact, one study of researchers concluded that after 10 weeks of strength training, males and females who had depression had reductions in all depressive measures. So, pretty much, anaerobic exercise has to do with weights. So, uh, so it's a complete opposite of aerobic exercise. I know for me, anaerobic is not my favorite form of physical exercise, but it's just as effective as aerobic exercise. So simply just using a 7 kilo dumbbell like this is incredibly effective in treating depression and anxiety. So simply just using this dumbbell 12 times uh, for 3 sets on each arm is effective. So it's incredible. It's incredibly easy. You can easily just do this at home. It's up to you. You can do this at home. You can do this at gym or have a heavier or lighter weight. But this is what I do if I want to do an aerobic exercise. So lastly, I'm going to talk about stretching and flexibility exercises such as yoga and Tai Chi. For me, I do yoga for 1 hour at least once a week and has provided me a lot of benefits. And for me, yoga has significantly helped with my anxiety and depression. Yoga can be particularly effective in treating depression since it can be implemented by combining exercises to improve physical, psychological, and spiritual well being. It is easily accessible and may be self administered. The calm, recurring breathing methods and meditative relaxation methods of yoga are intended to prompt a form of relaxation, well being, and psychological concentration, all of which can reduce depression, anxiety, stress. As mentioned before, another stretching and flexibility exercise is Tai Chi, which uses slow, moderate movements uh, where individuals move their body between their feet and shifting their arms. The exercise includes components that combine martial arts, meditation, imagination, and intense breathing. It has been even reported that long term use of Tai Chi plays a crucial role in the prevention of depressive symptoms in individuals. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you. Goodbye.